Okay. We are through finals, thank goodness. It was hard to have the players' attention, and I think that you could see that in our last performance. We were focused and fresh. We looked great, and then we lost our focus, and it was like not just a little bit gone. It was all the way gone. And that usually happens after a hard week of not a lot of sleep, and, we didn't practice a ton, and we tried to just keep them fresh and keep them, not thinking and just keeping their bodies in shape. So sloppy game, but, we're happy where we're at. I am still pushing this team. I don't think we're close to where we need to be or where we should be. And I always want to be a coach that feels like they've overachieved with the team they have. And we do have some weaknesses. We do have some things that you can expose us for, but I think our strength should be dominating. And so far, in most of our games, we've been able to sort of play at the pace we wanted to play and contain who we needed to contain. But, things aren't getting any easier. So tough non-conference schedule continues. Vanderbilt and Alabama coming right off of that. And then we have a Sweet 16 team coming into our house for our tournament. So it's still just, we had a couple games that we could maybe relax a little bit, and we did relax a little bit, and we can't do that for the rest of the year.
When you say you have some weaknesses, what are some of the things you think could still be better that you say you haven't reached the potential?
Well, I think that when we are taking the right three-point shots, I think that there's games where if we're going to make over 8, 9 threes a game, we're a tough formula. I mean, you've got some problems if you're the other assistant coach that has the Miami Scout. If we're hitting 9 for 18, 9 for 20, if we hit those numbers, 20 is a great number for us, and if we hit that kind of figure, then you've got a lot of difficult choices to make. And but there's games we've gone 2 for 20, and so and sometimes they're the exact same shots that we're making when we go 12 for 22. But that's the focus. That's the focus. That's kind of getting in the gym and putting the pressure on yourself. And also, there's always a doubt. Should I shoot this or should I throw it to one of those really big girls who's shooting at about 60%? And so as a shooter, last year it was shoot it. I didn't have anything other options. This year they have some choices that they have to make, and that does mess with from your hand to your head. I mean, from your head to your hand, that moment of a shooter, like I know I'm shooting, and then from head to hand, like how quickly does that happen? If there's another decision in the middle there, it's a little bit harder, but that's big-time basketball. Those are the decisions you have to make if you're a big-time player.
I know we ask you a little bit about her every time we see you, but just the more she's with this team,
yeah.
How much more comfortable is she getting?
Yeah, she can be so much better, and I'm just going to keep saying it and keep saying it. She knows it. The player who's averaging a double-double can be so much better. And I'm excited for that, because I do think that when we get to, the best Bee's played, her best minutes have been ferocious minutes in the fourth quarter against when we were being challenged. That's when Bee's been her best. So I know that she's a fighter, she's a champion, and she's a winner.
Can you talk about Meier? She had another big game the other day.
She was amazing, absolutely amazing. Her efficiency numbers are through the roof. Her point per shot is like 1.4 right now, something insane. So if Mace touches the ball, we're getting 10 times we're getting 14 points from her, and until that number drops, she better get a lot of shots. And what's happened when she plays together with Beatrice, they don't get as many shots as individuals. They get more offensive rebounds because they double one of them and the other one goes and rebounds. So they get shots off the offense rebounds. They don't get as many shots out of the offense. So when I mix them up in the lineups and I play them singularly instead of together, Mesa's numbers have really gone up.
How's Kayla doing?
She's so close. I thought we were going to have her for this tournament. It's a little bit up in the air. I promise you we will err on the side of caution. But she's had moments where she's practicing with us. So
you think you'll have her hopefully, maybe, fingers crossed for ACC play?
Oh, we absolutely should.
Okay.
Yeah, barring any setbacks.
So it sounds like having 2 really big, tall players in the middle, it's great, but here's 2 situations where you're saying those 2 options make it a little more complicated for you and for the team that's trying to figure out whether they should shoot or send it inside.
Yeah, and like a player like Meier Gray, who is having a phenomenal year. Like, look at her. She was told that she's not allowed to shoot 30% this year. Last year she was allowed to shoot 15. I mean, there's nothing we could do. Meier got to run around and take whatever shot she wanted, play whatever pace she wanted to. She was a really good scoring, threatening option for us. And now you have that player who wants to just go, having to sort of settle in and make secondary reads and check down passes, and she's doing it. And, she has a chance to be a pro because of this season, because she now understands how complex the game really is. But does that take some of her scoring down? Yeah. But does that make us a much better team? Yeah. And eventually, like yesterday, she took 8 3-pointers. I loved every single one of them. She only made one of them, but they were great decisions, and that's the kind of coaching I have to do with her now. So yes, I need you to score. These are the shots that I really loved. And she agrees, So.
How have you seen that whole sophomore class grow as a whole? Obviously, they played a lot last year as starting, just because like you said, there was no one else there. But how have they grown since then?
Yeah, I think Kelsey and Meier have been phenomenal in the, this is what you're good at. This is your gap. This is your growth area. This is where you need to get better. And they listened to that a lot. And so they took their off season on the things that I said, their gap. This is where you are. This is where you need to be. Here's what we need to work on. This is where we need to live. They're living there. And I think India Banks is now doing that. I thought she had a phenomenal overall game. India Banks is like a utility player that you just have to have on the court. And I don't know what her stats are going to end up being, but when she's in, we're Miami's winning. And so she's doing a great job. And then Taylor Mason is giving us that grit and that defensive presence that we need. But different roles for sure for them this year. And we're having Laura back. I mean, that just took the ball out of India's hands too. And Laura's got the ball now, and so India has to learn how to play off the ball, which she needs for her game anyway too. So, but yeah, more options is it changes your role.
How do you guys match up with Vanderbilt and Alabama?
I haven't looked at Alabama yet, but I did look at Vanderbilt. They have a post player that was at Boston College, Fasula. She's from the Greek national team, and she gave us fits at BC like fits. Her and Mesa played against each other in European ball and international competition and everything else. And Fasula looks amazing. She's lost a lot of weight and playing a lot faster. So that'll be a fun matchup for us. And then Vanderbilt has a Florida point guard from Florida, but she didn't play in the 2 games I saw this morning. But Chelsea Hall, if she's playing, they're going to match up. It's going to be a tough one for us. Great point guard, great post.